Roundhay Park is beautifully landscaped and is situated within the boundary of the City of Leeds. In Jubilee year, with the cooperation of the Parks Department, a site was chosen in the park to build a garden for the disabled as the main community project of the Rotary Club of Roundhay. It has been specially planned as a demonstration garden where the physically handicapped can see for themselves how, by careful design and the use of adapted tools chosen by experts, they can maintain a garden of their own successfully. As the tools are available for inspection at any time, impromptu demonstrations take place occasionally, and handicapped gardeners using these tools find they can tackle more jobs than they ever believed possible. All costs of tools and materials have been borne by the Rotary Club of Roundhay, the labour being provided by the Leeds Parks Department.
Enables the flower to be picked from the centre of a large flower bed. Its operation is that the jaws cut and hold the flower, enabling it to be returned to the person in one simple operation. You can see how much simpler this edging tool is to use than the conventional long-handled shears. See how simple it is to pick up weeds with a long-handled caliper.
Smooth, hard, non-slip tiles have been chosen to help the elderly and handicapped move about the garden safely.
It was designed to kill weeds with a cutting action.
During the summer, organisations for the handicapped and elderly are circularised regarding a regular training programme. Qualified instructors give demonstrations on various subjects, including examples of plant life and how to propagate. With these meetings in mind, ample seating has been provided, the raised features also acting as informal seats.
Because they are really fascinating, and when you get involved with them, you'll really enjoy them.
At all demonstrations, tools are displayed. They are inspected by those present, and instructors give suitable advice on the advantage of specially designed implements for handicapped people.
Are designed specifically for the disabled, whereas others have been adapted from our traditional hand tools.
The garden is kept in immaculate condition and is adjacent to a previous Rotary community project, which is a garden for the blind. Original in its conception, it was designed so that its raised features would enable blind people to have easy access to the plants. The leaves of the shrubs, when crushed, emit a perfume, and this aids recognition. In addition, set into the natural stone, there are braille plaques on which are engraved the names of each variety. All the shrubs in the garden are well known and produce leaves that are aromatic or flowers that are highly scented. The planting throughout is within a circular theme and is intended to give informality to the scene. In this tranquil park, the Rotary Club of Roundhay hope that more and more sightless people will use the gardens, giving them countless hours of pleasure, conjuring up the visual beauty that is denied them. Knowle House School accommodates subnormal children and was chosen for a most satisfying project, that of building an adventure playground. It is gratifying to know that this community scheme is used to its maximum, for here children feel that someone has cared about them, though perhaps they will never know of Rotary involvement. But how many people do know anything at all about Rotary? The idea was conceived in 1905 in America. By 1911, Rotary had spread to Britain. Today there are throughout the world almost 17,000 clubs and 800,000 members. Rotary can be described as a world fellowship of business and professional men united in the idea of service. A Rotary club is far from being a luncheon club because its fellowship is the means through which service is achieved. One such service is community. This is essentially of a practical nature, since it is concerned specifically with the application of the duty which Rotarians have towards the community. Hence, every year, new ideas are born, which eventually become projects.
Come on. There, sheep. Come on.
When projects are finalised, there is the need to raise money, and this is achieved in a number of ways. Metropolitan Leeds, born of the Industrial Revolution, is a compact, busy city. In some suburbs there is a high density of housing and population. This environment challenges Rotary, concern being for the younger generation. With them in mind, the Rotary Club of Roundhay decided on a project awarding pupils from 4 schools in the area a holiday in the Dales. The idea being to transport children from their crowded city environment to live in the country and to share with that community the beautiful countryside. Roundhay High School is one of the schools chosen for this project. The award, a weekend from Friday to Sunday in November at Ascrig.
It's imperative that when you get the ball, you put the ball ahead of the rest of your team. You must go forward.
For several years there has been a link between Primrose Hill High School and the Roundhay Club. News of the Rotary Award sparked off great enthusiasm within the school, and pupils compiled a booklet of explanation of the scheme, to be distributed to all eligible students and their parents. There are 4 awards to pupils at each school, a total of 16 awards each year.
'What temperature did it reach? Was the mercury starting to fall?
Yeah.
So that's the highest temperature.
Braham Wood is a middle school. Here pupils also produced a booklet. In print it records that they were proud that their school had been selected.
Come on, get forward. Come on. There. Come on, get round. It's difficult. Come on again.
Allerton Grange is a large comprehensive school. Here, as at the other schools, the final selection of successful candidates is entirely the choice of the head teacher. The award is not based on need, but on contribution to school events, academic success, achievements in the sports field, and behaviour in relation to other pupils and teachers. Ascrig lies in the heart of Wensleydale, beautifully situated in the Dales National Park. Here the village community employs a warden and staff to run Low Mill Residential Youth Centre, and was chosen as the venue for Roundhay Rotary's project. The once derelict mill has been transformed at considerable cost to its present fine structure, largely due to the drive of Malcolm Stone Street. His Christian vision that inspired Ascrig Foundation has become a reality. The splendidly equipped old mill has a large games room with double-glazed picture windows, central heating and a log fire. At certain times, the local youth club join in with the visiting groups, sharing and competing in the various indoor activities. Cassette and record players are provided, but because the top of the pops change frequently, youngsters are encouraged to bring their own records. They can also relax with less energetic games after their vigorous outdoor pursuits. And by partaking in the various pastimes, the boys mix happily with each other.
Right, who's starting first?
Oliver Kerr.
It is comforting to parents to know that their child is only a coin away, and this link is most important in case of emergency.
Hello, Mum. Having a fantastic time. We went on a night hike tonight over the fields. It was very muddy. Tomorrow we're splitting into 2 groups and doing archery and caving. Then in the afternoon we're swapping over. Tomorrow night we're seeing the James Bond film.
The bedrooms are all named after generous benefactors, each room being completely different, both in shape and size. They are spacious and have comfortable bunk beds, complete with luxurious duvets. There is also sufficient cupboard room for each child's clothing and personal belongings. The bedrooms are well ventilated. The windows are double glazed, and to ensure complete comfort, each room is centrally heated. Washing facilities are incorporated within the sleeping quarters, and toilets and showers are adjacent to each room. precautions for fire are evident, especially in the very modern kitchen, where some courses are prepared in advance, and this kind of efficiency speeds up the serving of meals. The quality of all provisions is of utmost importance, with the buying of meat and vegetables being undertaken with great care. Though there are quite a number of meals to prepare, home cooking is the order of the day. The warden's wife supervises the cooking, and her personal touch ensures appetizing food. In this task, she is assisted by a well-trained staff, enabling the kitchen to run smoothly. The air of the countryside, coupled with outdoor energetic activities, gives the youngsters a keen hunger. They help themselves to a welcome meal and can come again as many times as their appetites demand. The attractive dining room is large enough to take all the boys and their leaders at one sitting. The leaders on this particular weekend were drawn from the junior organisation of Rotary called Rotary. With a little tuition, they were themselves soon able to give guidance to the boys on this exacting sport. Archery is a very specialised individual pastime, but provided elementary precautions are taken, it can be easily organised. The tradition of our forebears in battle, when an archer was the main marksman, remains today, and demands in sport that same concentration. It develops muscle power and a well-trained eye.
I'm getting a nine! I'm getting a nine! I missed again!
Well, come out.
Ellen!
Oh, me too.
4 arrows. Trevor here will go and help you remove your arrows from the target. Fire.
Nine! I've got another nine!
The day's outdoor programme of caving and abseiling is explained to the boys by the warden. He goes into detail regarding the routes to be taken and how each exercise will be conducted. This talk is intended to give the youngsters a sense of involvement. The lads split up into 2 groups, one partaking in caving in the morning and then swapping over with the other group in the afternoon for abseiling.
Crackpot's a muddy, wet cave with lots of tight little holes which we've got to crawl through. So we'll have to wear Wellingtons and cagoules over the top of our clothing to protect them from wear and tear.
Crackpot Cave is quite difficult to get to, so a qualified instructor guides and assists the lads into the cave, where they gain an experience they will never forget. Though the cave is 8 feet high in parts, there are sections that are only 18 to 24 inches high.